Yo, what's going on, guys? How's it going? Hope you're doing great in today's day. Today's Thursday the 7th. Goddamn, time is going fast. It's almost Christmas time. So I'm pretty sure everyone here knows who KSI is. I don't need to make an hour-long introduction. And about a month and a half ago, he had a fight with someone called Tommy Fury, and I actually watched the fight because, I was there mainly for Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis, which was absolutely horrible. I feel bad for the people who traveled across the country to watch the awful performance by Dylan. And in case you guys don't know, KSI lost via decision, and in my opinion, it was a pretty close fight. Tommy had some good shots, KSI also had some good shots, but ever since then, KSI hasn't been himself. He's been bitching and moaning for almost 2 months because he lost. I would completely understand if KSI was this, broke guy, and this was his ticket to fame and success and all of that stuff, right? But KSI is a multi-millionaire who has prime, and 2 months later he's still crying about losing a boxing match. He's straight up a sore loser, and that's not even my biggest issue here. My biggest issue lies within this video that he dropped just a few days ago. It's a 10-minute video where he cries about losing 2 months ago and he can't let it go. And you're in big trouble when your own audience turns on you.
Yes, I know it's been a while, but there have been several reasons why. First of all, quite frankly, I just didn't feel like making a video, especially after the result of the Tommy Fury fight. I had trained so hard these past few months, working overtime to do what most people saw was impossible, and that was to beat Tommy Fury. I felt like I had won the fight, so to have the judges completely take that moment away from me, it sucked. As soon as I got back home, I was angry, disappointed, and eventually I just broke down and started crying.
And don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm a KSI hater. I'm not a fan either, so I'm pretty unbiased when it comes to this kind of stuff. I think it's valid to feel like that, and I think if you would have left it at that 2 months ago, people wouldn't be on your ass about it. But the fact that you continue to talk about it, and then you tell your fans to go out of their way to do stuff to him and they see him and harass him, it's like, this is not the way to go about it. Your feelings are valid, but this video just takes a huge nosedive.
Life isn't fair, am I right? I look back at the fight and I try to find any highlights, any showing of Tommy Fury beating me in that fight, and there was just hardly any. And it's crazy because so many people felt like I won the fight. From Eddie Hearn to Adesanya to Ariel Helwani to the millions all over the internet, that thought I had won the fight.
Like in the fight, just looking at it as a fight, I thought KSI won.
Rob's a tough one. I think it could have been a draw.
This is something that I even agreed with, and I tweeted about it. I was like, KSI was robbed. I don't know about you guys, but seeing a guy with like 16 million subscribers, someone who launched Prime in Mexico City just a few days ago, and Canada, someone who's obviously making millions of dollars per month, being like, sometimes life isn't fair, guys. Am I right? Kind of tone deaf. You're like, yeah. You still made millions of dollars off that fight, and that's not even taking into consideration the cut you get from the pay-per-views. He's getting people from the industry. He's trying to get people to validate what he's already thinking, and he does that for like 2 minutes. It's pathetic. It's laughable. Let's just read some of the comments. KSI, if we're being honest, your true supporters don't really care about the loss. We are proud of you and how far you've come anyway. Why isn't he focusing on this? Why is he focusing on, guys, I lost 2 months ago? The fact that this guy can't handle years upon years of insults, slurs, and abuse, but loses it because some boxing fight is genuinely beyond me. No one genuinely cared a week after the fight, and if he wasn't fooling his viewers, it will barely even be brought up again. As soon as the fight was over, everyone moved on. You win, you lose, that's just life. Not only for boxing, that just goes for everything. Friends, family, relationships, that's just life. You lose sometimes. You can't always be winning. And it's like, out of everything you've been through, this is what breaks you. This is what's been breaking you for the last 2 months and what causes you to lash out on people on Twitter. 30-year-old child loses fight, loses the appeal to overturn the decision, then tells his audience to harass the man he lost to. It's outrageously pathetic. I'm glad I'm not the only one who's thinking like this or who feels like this. No one cares anymore. You're the only person who's still bitching and moaning. The fight was like October 13th.
The reason why it took me so long was because of this appeal that we made. I wanted to try and right what was wrong. Me and my team put up a case to the PBA to explain why I didn't lose that fight. And lastly, I just wanted a break. I've had such a crazy year, man. I've had 3 fights this year. That's 3 tough camps, especially the Tommy Fury camp.
You know, at least one thing you can take away from this is like you tried. It's not like you phoned it in. It's just the way you're coming across, not only on YouTube. If you saw the fight, you know how close it was. Tommy had some good shots. KSI came back. I thought he was going to win, honestly. If I were to put money on it, I would have put money on KSI, to be honest with you guys. I hope this video doesn't come across as me just hating on KSI. You have so many things to be thankful for, yet you keep focusing on the biggest L of the year that you've had. You move on. That's just life. You know? And you have a lot more things to be grateful for than to be sorry for and bitching and moaning about it.
You're a father now. You can't be constantly partying in the club while your missus is taking care of your child. You were hardly around during Molly Mae's pregnancy, and it seems that even after the child has been born, you're hardly around. Plus, another thing I find hilarious is whenever I come across Tommy's posts on like Instagram or Twitter, the comments are just slowing him and saying that he lost the fight, and that's because he did. I don't care if 3 random people thought you won. The world knows that you ain't shit.
We're gonna get into the worst part in a second. Going after his personal life, I think KSI's having a really rough time separating what happened in the boxing to real life. Bringing other stuff that isn't relevant to the subject. You're not home, you're at the club. You know, which I think is corny. If you're like 30 and you have a wife and a kid and you're at the club, you're corny as fuck. I'm with you, okay? I'm not disagreeing with you. But going out and throwing personal insults because you lost a boxing match.
So yeah, let's keep reminding Tommy that he didn't win that fight under his Instagram posts or Twitter posts or anything he posts online. And if you see him publicly, you could berate him as well and remind him that he didn't win. But ultimately, I set out what I wanted to achieve from all of this, and that was to show to all of you lot that no matter who you are or where you've come from, you put in the hard work, you know, graft to stay consistent, and you can literally do anything in life.
This is the perfect combination of a bad, horrible message and a good message, all within 20 seconds. It makes you look so desperate, clingy, and just cringy, telling your fans, oh yeah, go to their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Who the fuck uses Facebook anymore? Go to their social medias and remind him that he lost. And if you see him in real life, tell him as well so he doesn't forget. Dude, move on. And I do like the positive message at the end. I do believe no matter where you are from, you know, how you look, your color, whatever, I do think you could succeed in life. If you have that consistency and that grind and you want whatever you're chasing more than your next breath, I truly stand by that. This video was not it. This was honestly a tough watch. Tommy really broke this man mentally. How does KSI not realize how bad the idea of telling his viewers to harass someone in public is? Like, it's obviously bad morally, but does he have no awareness to what this is going to do to his image? Always been a KSI fan and wanted him to win, but after seeing the way he's reacted to losing, I'm happy he lost. Tragic, man. I hope he deletes this shit. Anyways, with that said, don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe. Please subscribe. We're so close to 1 billion subscribers. That'd be great. And with that said, I'll see you next time. All right, peace out.